Hey, what's up, everybody? This is the all right. Just thought I just got cut out by the StreamYard here, but it seems like we're doing all right. Okay. I got a story that I wanted to do, topic that I wanted to do, but I wasn't quite sure. I wasn't quite sure what it was going to become of it. Because I'm convinced. I am convinced that black men are afraid of their own children. I am. Because black men, as much crap that they talk, I'm the man. I want a woman to treat me like this. You're afraid of your own kids. You are afraid of your own children. You know, I was watching Minister Jap, and Minister Jap said that the women are like German shepherds out here. Long time ago, Tommy Sotomayor used to call them BT 1000, just talking about the girls. But no one ever talks about their sons. No one ever directly really focuses and really drives home the point about how terrible these goddamn boys out here are. As if the boys can do no wrong. So, I'm late. Normally I would come on at 9 o'clock. But I had daddy things to do. See, the internet world can wait because I have daddy things to do. Daddy things are more pressing than anything else. When it comes to the kids, the rest of the world stops. That's called priority. That's what that's called. From the same state, that will work. I had to do daddy things. And with daddy things, when we're talking about daddy things is prioritizing, spending time, especially when your children need you, especially your son, especially your son. Now, I was awakened when I woke up this morning. I've seen some very disturbing things. It's amazing because with the internet, there's no short of disturbing things that you could possibly see. People like to occupy your time with bullshit instead of doing the things that are the most important. And you hear me saying all the time, prioritize these boys. Do something with these boys. Do something with these boys. Because you have the older boys that's out here, the Gen Zs, they are out here absolutely destroying each other. And then you hear a lot of guys say you can't help them. You can't help them. There's nothing that you could possibly do for these boys. And I'm saying, yeah, it is. Yeah, yes, it is. I'm saying, yes, it is. There is something that you could actually do. You create jobs for them. You can create jobs. Nobody wants to create jobs for them. Nobody wants to. So, with that being said, I want to go ahead and I want to play something for you. I want to play something for you. I really do. Something that when I woke up this morning, I've seen that was very pressing. That was very pressing that I was watching on YouTube. Let me see here. And I said, man, I cannot believe this. Can't believe it. Cannot believe what it is that I'm looking at. There's some background things that I need to click on real quick. Because, and I want to say shout out to, I think this is Hood Siri. Shout out to Hood Siri, because this is one of the most important things. And if you want to know what I be talking about, it's this. And you will not find people doing reaction videos to this shit. You will not find people doing reaction videos to this because they're afraid. These guys are out here 110% afraid of their own damn kids. They're afraid of these 20-something-year-olds, of these teens. They're scared. And I'm about to show you why here in a minute. I'm going to show you why. Let me go ahead and cue this up so y'all can see what it is that I'm talking about here.
Man, free me. I'll be home real soon, man.
No Gizzy.
No, niggas already know how we coming.
Yeah, though.
Well, after saying we abstinence don't get smashed on. Well, you know how we coming.
Yeah, though.
Well, after saying we abstinence don't get smashed on.
And police are calling a deadly shooting outside the Kieran Fromhold Correctional Facility a tragic case of mistaken identity. Rodney Hargrove was killed on the prison property about an hour after he was released. Amin Hertz has been charged with that murder. He's also charged with 3 other murders.
All right, guys, so we have to talk about the teenage assassin that have been...
Now, I want y'all to see something. These are not pinkos that's right here. These are not pinkos. These are our boys. This is who they are. Share the same reflection as us. See, we sit and talk about bullshit all day long. But yet and still, we don't talk about this. Look at what the words say. All right, guys, so we have to talk about the teenage assassin. Oh, let's get something straight here. He's not no assassin where he's out there assassinating. First of all, What color group do you think he assassinating? This little dude right here. This little guy right here. Who you think he's an assassin for? For what group? Oh.
Charged with 4 murders at the age of 16.
Charged with murders by the time the age of 6.
With that murder, he's also charged with 3 other murders.
Alright guys, so we have to talk about the teenage assassin that have been charged with 4 murders at the age of 16. But for you to understand this story, we would have to take a trip to Philadelphia.
Shout out to Hood Siri.
This is the story of Amin Hurst. Alright, this is one of the craziest stories I have yet to cover, and in order to understand this, we got to travel to the home of the Eagles, Philadelphia. Philadelphia is also the homes of celebrities like Kevin Hart, Meek Mill, and Lil Uzi Vert.
Let's not forget Will Smith.
Philly overall is an amazing city. But there's also a side they don't show, and that's the infamous streets of West Philadelphia. For those
Now, I want to know, does West Philly really look like this? Go a second, I'm
Philly
going to back it up.
overall is an amazing city. But there's also a side they don't show, and that's the infamous streets of West Philadelphia.
Does West Philly really look like this? And it just simply look like a house caught on fire. But I wonder if somebody got some demographics or something like that. Something that could really tell me like, yo, this is what's really happening in West Philly. Like I grew up in Inglewood in Chicago, right? So I know what Chicago looks like. But this is just a house that had just burned down. Every neighborhood has that, pretty much. That can happen on any given day in any neighborhood. So I really would like to know, like, if anyone out there really has something, that's something that I don't have. I don't have stats and everything like that on West Philly. I don't go around doing, I'm not the government.
For those who don't know, Philly has nearly 500 homicides in the year 2021, making it the state with the highest murder rate in the country. Philly's highest murder rate,
Now, this is
making it the state with the highest murder.
Philadelphia has the highest murder rate in the country per capita of the 10 largest cities. You see that? Now, one of the reasons why, just listen to this man connect these dots.
Murder rate in the country. Philly was also home of a local comedian named Woo Biddy. Woo Biddy was a local comedian who was shot 15 times while going on Instagram Live.
Justice and police are still looking for leads in this case. Like most 20-year-olds, Daewoo Scruggs lived his life on Instagram. He recorded songs and videos to make people laugh. Tragically, someone killed him while he was recording a live video on social media.
He always knew he had enemies. He always knew people didn't like him. He always knew.
Family members say Daewoo was walking to the bus stop to go to work at Home Depot. He got here to the intersection of Wynwood and Malvern. He was recording a video on social media. Then police say minutes later, an unknown man walked up to Daewoo and got into an argument with him. Seconds later, he pulled out a gun and shot Daewoo. It was all caught on video.
Yourself, go ahead, bro. Bro, go ahead and walk.
After Woo Biddy was killed, many people speculated that he was killed because of a video he made, dissing FBG Duck and the deceased members of FBG.
Nobody called me. Nobody hit me up. It's fuck 63rd. Fuck Tuka. Fuck Duck. Fuck all them. You already know. Full block shit. You know, one little grandson, V-Roy, Anti-Roy. And can't forget, fuck your talk.
But police later investigated that he was actually killed by a 16-year-old by the name of Amin Hurst. What most people don't know is that Amin Hurst and Woo Biddy were actually friends.
See, these are our sons. These are the boys. Black teenage boys. Black teenage boys outside. Yeah, come for me all you want. Come for me all day. I spend time with my boy. That's about all I could do right now. This boy killed his friend. Now, here's what they didn't tell you. I'm going to rewind this back. These guys is in Philadelphia, right?
Many people speculated that he was killed because of a video he made.
These guys were in Chicago. There's an internet beef that's going on with these guys. An interstate internet beef. So here's what it's in.
Made, dissing FBG Duck and the deceased members of F.
Because I believe this guy here, FBG Duck, I think he was murdered in downtown Chicago. And I'm saddened by this. Because these boys grew up in the same neighborhood I grew up in. They are making it despite all the odds. Despite all the odds. Trying to make something out of themselves. These boys wind up dead.
FBG.
Nobody called me. Nobody hit me up. It's fuck 63rd. Fuck Tuka. Fuck Duck.
Now, he said fuck 63rd. If you guys don't know, I believe what he's talking about is 63rd and 63rd and King Drive. The guys that's from that area. I believe that that's what he's saying. But anyway, he's saying, fuck them. I don't know. Maybe it's just me. Back in the day, oh man, fuck yo. All right, nigga, go on head on. You ain't gonna do shit. Go on head on. It's nothing what you saying. Oh, this nigga dead. This nigga. Okay. Now, let me remind you. This boy here is in Philadelphia.
Duck. Fuck all them. You already know. Full block shit. You know, one little grandson, V-Roy and T-Roy. And can't forget, fuck your talk.
But police later investigated that he was actually killed by a 16-year-old by the name of Amin Hurst. What most people don't know is that Amin Hurst and Woo Biddy were actually friends. It's
And these guys were friends, and he was murdered by his own friend. These is guys that they out here and they sharing laughs with, they sharing smiles with. Yeah, black men, these are your boys. These are your boys. These are your boys out here in the world. Take a look at them. These boys are laughing and joking and having a great time with each other. They turn around killing each other as if they didn't even know each other. Oh. Let's not forget now, a lot of these guys, their daddies are not even in prison. Their daddies ain't in prison. They growing up without their daddies for a myriad of reasons.
It's unclear why Amin Hurst targeted Woobiddy, but it's been rumored that the two had a fight and Woobiddy dissed a deceased member of 66. For those who don't know, 66 and 616 is a gang in West Philadelphia in the Jefferson area. They beef with another gang called O to the 4. A notable rapper from O to the 4 is Little Bucks. Little Bucks is a rapper who gained notoriety by dropping a few songs that reached millions of views. Soon after, would get posted on major blog sites like.
So in spite of, these boys are still making music that are still getting millions of people to watch, and they are still making money in spite of the circumstance they grew up in. Because for all intent and purposes, a lot of these places now, when they talk about the environment, you know, especially how the environment look, they don't look like war zones anymore. I could be wrong, but they don't look like, when these boys wake up in the morning, they don't see the zombies that we grew up seeing. They don't see the jacked up neighborhoods that we grew up seeing. So you would think that for everything that black folks was crying about and wanted us to do better for, you would actually think that they would want to do better. Great neighborhoods, good schools, okay schools. You know, the school's not a war zone. So you would think that these guys would say, okay, I could do music. Let me do music. And I mean, and actually do music. And actually do music. Right? Let's go ahead.
Say cheese.
All right, right now we got one of the hottest rappers in the city of Philadelphia, man. How you doing, Lil Bucks? We in the building.
O to the 4 are in a deadly battle with 616 and 664, but a couple of years back they were actually cool with each other until a situation happened leaving a female O to the 4 affiliate dead.
And now the search is on for a pair of gunmen in West Philadelphia after a triple shooting last night. Police say the barrage of bullets killed a teenage girl. Family and friends are remembering that victim tonight.
The name of a 17-year-old girl gunned down Friday night in West Philadelphia just after walking away from her steps where she was sitting with her mother.
Soon after her death, a 616 rapper by the name of Nino 900 dropped a song, and in the lyrics he tells the O to the 4 members to dig up their deceased friend. Months after that, Little Bucks went on Instagram Live, where he was remixing a popular song by a Chicago artist called FYBJ Maine. FYBJ Maine is a notorious Chicago BD who made headlines when he dropped a song called 300 Dead Ops, where he dissed members from O Block and 600.
Yo, these are our kids. These are our boys. You don't have to, you ain't gotta like me. Just take a look at your kids out here. Say, oh, brother, man, you a bitch ass nigga, man. Look, this how you are. Look at your kids. How is talking about me gonna correct this? The content that the kids get is talking about people that got murdered to elicit an emotional response so somebody could come and try to kill you. I think somebody said something to me about 100 of these rappers had got killed. 100 of them. But we'll continue.
The reason why Little Buck's name is brought into this is because he and Amin Hurst attended the same high school where the two would later get into a fight. The fight was captured on video, and in the video you can see Amin Hurst running from Little Buck's. After the fight, Hurst would get arrested dozens of times for a variety of charges. While Hurst was in juvenile detention, the beef between 0 to the 4 and 616 was getting deadly, diss tracks were being made, and bodies were dropping. Hurst would later get released, and was back on the streets. Then one day a 20-year-old man by the name of Rodney Hargrove was released from prison.
These are our kids. Laughing, joking, playing. While other kids are out there overseas building robots and shit. This is what our boys is doing. And no one sees this as a problem. Or you're seeing it as a problem that you can't fix. Here it is.
Prison on a $200,000 bail. Hargrove was so excited that he decided to go on Instagram Live. Until
the big story on Action News tonight is the deadly shooting of a man who had just been released on bail from Philadelphia's Curran-Fromhold Correctional Facility. 20-year-old Rodney Hargrove was a free man for about an hour before someone from outside the prison showed that they wanted him dead. And that's exactly what happened, chasing Hargrove back onto prison property.
Because nobody should be getting shot coming out of jail.
Officials say Hargrove was locked up a week ago on 6 charges, including carrying a firearm without a license.
I mean, this is like a new thing, right? I don't know how new or how old this is. But you try to come out of jail, you're supposed to be getting out to try to reform yourself and clean up whatever it is that you need to clean up. And here it is. Okay, let's watch.
Was released just after 1 o'clock this morning after his dad bailed him out. Prison personnel transported Hargrove across the street to the SEPTA bus stop. While waiting on family for nearly an hour, officials say Hargrove ran back onto prison grounds while being chased by a vehicle. Officials say Hargrove ran past the entrance gate where a guard is usually posted and the vehicle followed. Hargrove was shot and killed feet from the raised gate. Prison Commissioner Blanche Carney says they're looking into why the gate was raised.
Rodney Hargrove was shot and killed 1 hour after being released from prison. Officers claimed it was a bad case of mistaken identity. A month later, police investigated that a 16-year-old was responsible for the death of Rodney Hargrove. That 16-year-old was responsible for 3 other murders. That 16-year-old was later identified as Amin Hurst. The entire city was shocked that a kid so young could be responsible for 4 murders. After Amin Hurst got arrested, a woman was shot and killed outside of a mall. That woman was later revealed to be his sister.
State police have arrested a Philadelphia woman in connection with the shooting death yesterday of a woman outside Christiana Mall.
Mark, police tell us the victim was shot and left for dead on this road right by Christiana Mall. And now her grieving aunt tells me she wants to know why.
The person that killed his sister was a female 0 to the 4 affiliate and was later arrested. Fast forward to December, Amin Hurst is awaiting trial, and Philly has been in a frenzy ever since. That's it for this story. See you in the next one.
Shout out to Hood Siri, man. Thank you again for posting this. I mean, you literally, you can't make this up, man. You can't make this up. You absolutely 110% cannot make this up. Give me a second,
6:05 now, and
because I'm going to run this next one for you guys. I'm going to stop the screen here because I'm going to go back and I want to reshare because I want to make sure that you guys could actually hear the sound because of the way StreamYard has it set up. So I want to make sure that you guys can hear this sound.
we have new details on one of the victims of this weekend shooting outside the Cook County Jail. 31-year-old Londre Sylvester was killed in the incident. He's also known as rapper KTS Dre. The Chicago Tribune reports he had just been released from jail. Police say he and a 60-year-old woman were walking when two unknown attackers exited a vehicle and fired shots at both of them. The woman Sylvester was with is in good condition at the hospital. So is a 35-year-old bystander who was hit in the face by a stray bullet.
I mean, really, what's going on? What's going on? See, a lot of you guys want to talk about dumb shit all day. You want to talk about women, talk about sports, want to talk about, but you don't want to fix this problem. You know, it becomes a huge thing when you talk about men not wanting to fix problems instead of just going ahead and just letting this thing just ride right on out. People are being killed in the street. They're being murdered in the street. Murdered in the street. Here, murdered as soon as they get out of jail. As soon as they get out of jail, there they go, boom. They ain't even got a chance to breathe yet. They don't even have a chance. And here it is. Because black men are scared of their own children. So I want to play this for you. One last clip before I really get into it. One last clip before I really go in on this. Well, that's one last clip for right now. Maybe I should say that. So this is a video surveillance of Kamari Belmont and other Cook County jail members in 2017. He had been jailed on murder charges, but was released after the murder charges were dropped and his bond was posted. He's wearing a white t-shirt and a gray hoodie in the first clip, and he's wearing a sweatshirt in later clips. So there he is right there in the white t-shirt, with the white t-shirt right there. Look, but this is the black man. This is the state of the black man right here. Yeah, this one don't have any sound, so y'all just gonna have to roll with it. So you see, they still got us processing now by the masses. So that's the boy right there. See, there you go. He's putting on his sweater. Go and head out the door. All right. You would think that, okay, I'll be able to leave. Everything's fine. Dude caught up with him. So this is the way out. So this is a little turnstile. It's a one-way out, and you can't get back in. Now, apparently, he's talking to the officer right there behind his glass in your lower left-hand corner so that they could release the door so he can go ahead and he can walk out. The turnstile so he can walk out. All right, so it's released. He can go. Boom. All right. This is another guy. So when he walks outside of here, he gets shot and killed. Just after he left in 2017, just after he left, he was murdered. The boy was 23 years old. Why is this a problem? Why is this a problem? The reason why it's a problem is because these guys, all of these guys could have been professionals. Professionals at something. Nah, y'all don't want to hear me. You don't want to hear me. You don't want to hear me. You're not going to like me. All of these young black males could have been professionals at something. Instead of 23, he walking out of the college doors after getting his diploma. He walking out of the doors of the county jail. So this is that second generation of no investment. This is what it looks like. So all of you guys who are out there tossing your money up in the air, for all of you guys that are out there at the strip club, for all of you guys that are out there, I got money to do this and I got money to burn to do that. Right? For all of you guys that are like that. Right? This is what we're getting. And for all of you Negroes who's out there paying money so that women can pander to you, paying money so that you can trick off and you can do whatever it is that you're doing with your money, which is your right. This is what we're getting. So we have another generation of boys that's coming up, and they have no money being invested to them in their future to doing anything. None of our boys want to grow up to be scientists. None of them. When was the last time you heard a boy grow up tell you that he wanted to be a scientist when he grew up? Nah. But I'm sure he don't mind dying. As if he know what that means. Really. as if they know what that really means. Hey, look, I don't care. You know, as long as I get to die, I'm good at doing whatever. Right? I'm good at doing whatever. But boys, when they get out of jail, as if not going to jail is bad enough, then you come step outside the jail and you get shot up 60 times. I mean, really? Really? Is it that bad out here? Is it that bad out here that with somebody that you had some sort of altercation with or some sort of incident with, you got to come back and you got to think about this guy shooting this guy 60 times? Hey, and where are all of these damn people that's doing all of this killing? Because at some point, we need to sign them up for our own military. Because they such fucking professionals. Where are these gangsters at? Where are they? You notice what they said in the last video? Well, the first video. He said the two boys got into a fight and the other boy got the best of them. Because they dissing each other's set. This is all this is about now. This is all it's about. You know, they didn't, I mean, in Chicago, give me a second because I'm going to go at this. These folks is having interstate beefs with each other, neighborhood beefs with each other, is because of the psyche of these boys. The only people that could actually reach the psyche of these boys is their daddies. Now, if you say that these is the product of single mothers, well, I could agree with that. I could concur. But think about the state that we're in if there's 4.5 million of them. Well, take that back. There's 4.5 million single mothers. So if the average woman is having about 2 of them, so that's about 10 million of them. So this is what's going on. And we're just going to sit back and we're going to accept it. Or we're going to say there's nothing that can be done about it. So if we want to use what Minister Japp said, that all of these girls out here are German Shepherds. So then this must be their pups, huh? And they pups is out here getting into fights. Really? Yo, this just saddens me, man. This just saddens me. Because I believe that these boys are better than what we got. I believe it. I believe it. What I believe is that black men are afraid of their children. The girls are out here just as bad. And maybe I should just go ahead and I'm just gonna name this one. Black men are afraid of their boys, their sons. And then maybe I'll do another one on the girls. Maybe I'll do another one on that. Maybe. Because see, this is gone way too far. Way too far. I mean, it's to the point where you pull up to the gas station, you gotta pull your gun out in order to pump your own gas. This is how you gotta show up. This is what's going on. And it's happening all over the country. And you trying to tell me as a black man that this is what you deserve. I deserve me a good woman. This is what I deserve. Yeah, well, so how many kids do you have? 5. Well, try taking care of the 5 kids you got. Yo, I deserve a good woman days is over. A lot of y'all don't get that. Those days are gone. The I deserve a good woman days. They're over with. It's over. It's all the way over. And we could do better, but it don't seem like we want to be better. It don't seem like we want to be better. Somebody told me today, asked me today, well, what can we do? What can we do as a group? Hell, we ain't got to do nothing as a group. Take your goddamn kid, go to Amazon.com. Here. I'll show you what to do. Here, I'll show you what to do. I'll show you what to do. Right here. Give me a half a second, because I'll show you exactly what to do. What can a black man do? What can a black man do right now? I'll tell you what you do. You go to Amazon. You just go to Amazon.com. Just right now, type in STEM. STEM stands for Science, Technology, Engineering, and Math. You want something practical to do? I'm giving you something practical right now. As you can see, for your children, STEM activities for kids, 5 to 7, 8 to 12. Let's say you got a teenager. STEM for a 16-year-old boy. Boom. Here you go. Here you go. How about sitting down right here, take your $40 and teach a kid how to build a goddamn robot? How about that? How about taking some time to bond with your kid over and build a goddamn robot? If you want something practical to do. You Negroes out here that turn your goddamn kids out to the streets, and then you want to have a problem with the rest of the world. Because the only thing that you can seem to chase is pussy, but you can't seem to take $40 goddamn dollars. Here it is, the same price as pussy, and build one of these with your goddamn kid. It will change their fucking life. I don't give a shit how old your kid is. They will always remember what they did with their daddy. And you too fucking afraid to sit down and to do something with them. Man, listen. Build a little robot or something. Right? How about it? How about, have you ever took the time to build a car with your kid, a model car, a robotic car, or some shit? $45. When was the last time you took some real interest in your son? Outside of the dumb shit of the world and said, listen, man, what do you like to do? I don't give a shit how fucking old he is. I don't care if he's 23, 25 years old. I heard you say, well, shit, you want to ask me now? Yes, I want to ask you now. What do you really take some interest in? You know, because killing people, that's only going to send you to prison. And I mean, and these Negroes is out here, what did he say? What Tupac say? Killing niggas as if popping shots as if 25 to life ain't never crossed their mind. You want something practical to do? You can go and just spend $45 right here. Ages 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12 years old. And build some shit with your son. You Negroes is too busy trying to take females out on dates. And you have 18-year-old kids you never spent no real time with. Oh, I spent time with him when he was 5 years old or some shit. How much time have you spent with him since? Oh, well, that's the years that they're just going to be growing up and shit like that, and that's just what it is. There's a ton of cool things out here, man, that you could be doing with your goddamn kids. A ton of great things. Hey, you don't like these? This is a start. If you don't like this shit that you see here that's on these pages, just go back up to the top. Google STEM for adults. If you don't like these, see, this is a search box. All this cool shit that they got out here for people to do. Other than killing each other. Other than waiting until somebody gets out of goddamn jail to be outside to kill somebody, they could be doing this, using their brains. Instead of laughing and giggling, thinking everything else is funny. They could be taking their time and building something dope. Something that'll look good in the house. Something that's actually different. Nah, but what we gonna do? What do we do, black folk? You may say, man, that's gay, man. That's corny, man. Nah, man, I'm not gonna do nothing like that, man. Nah. Here's a robotic arm. Show you how corny, how gay it is. This is a robotic arm here that you can build for $1,500. See how gay or how corny or how, whatever you want to call it. You see how it is? Whatever other derogatory term. Because this is the stuff that's in demand. This is the stuff that people are out here paying for. If you miss those years with your boy, you can always go back and try to do something and spend some time with him. If you're not good at business, take something and be constructive. How about that? How about just taking something and being constructive? Take the kids, sit them down, and just be constructive. Start there. How about you read a book together? How about that? How about you make those out of your interests? And then see what he's interested in from there. But nah, I think you're afraid of your kids. That's what I think. I think the reason why you don't do it is because you're afraid of your kids. You don't really want to live a life with them. I mean, I don't know. I don't know if you really want to live a life with these kids. I don't know if you really want to be around them. I don't know. Because this stuff right here is absolutely ridiculous. Absolutely ridiculous. This is the point that we're at. We're at the point where there's zero investment. There's zero investment in our boys. There's zero investment in their lives. I mean, damn, give them something good that they can actually say. Give them something good that they can actually say, yo, I did this with my dad. You see how dope that is already? I did this with my daddy. I have this. This is something special me and my dad did. Nah, they don't have that. What they got? 8 of them decide they're going to get together and it's going to be our crew. This is going to be our set. And for what? Y'all got food in the house. You got a roof over your head. You don't need to do the things that gangs once did. The reason to be in a gang was to protect yourself. Well, so that you can eat, so that you can survive. So you don't have to do those things anymore. You don't have to do those things. The police wasn't 2 minutes away. I mean, come on, man. It's tragic. And so, in order to fix the problem, you will have to say, hey, look, man. Hey, look. Humble yourself. Go to your kids and say, listen, I probably ain't been there before. I fucked up. Daddy's here now. Because a lot of these dudes, I mean, that one boy, where's his goddamn daddy? Four bodies, 6 bodies. He ain't never getting out of prison. What do you think he's going to be doing in prison? He's going to pick up a hobby and he might pick up something like this. Or he's going to spend his life on a 23-and-1. See, when you don't make investments like this, the kid winds up doing a 23-and-1. That's 23 hours locked up, 1 hour for recreational use. He gets to walk around for an hour, get an hour a day, light a day. Yeah, that's where they wind up. Locked away, keep thrown away. And the only thing that they needed was somebody to spend $70 on them. See this? Shit's dope. Look at this. Look at that. That's dope. You pick a project and you do something with your kid. I don't even know what the hell that thing does, but it looked dope. It looked like a very interesting project. Every kid knows about science fairs. Look at that. You can even run it from your phone. You program it with your phone. Look, got eyeballs and shit. Look at this. You got your little mini short circuit. And you may say, man, I'm not even good at doing this shit. Well, you can learn. It got instructions. Between you and your son, I'm sure that y'all be able to figure it out. I'm trying to give you guys practical solutions. Alternatives to your sons out here killing each other. But you Negroes are scared, afraid. Have you ever thought that the reason why you sit back and you listen to women placating to you and pandering to you is because you don't want to accept responsibility for what you created? It's sad, it's sickening. It's pathetic. Before y'all get on it, oh man, he want us to take our 20-year-old kids and build a science project with them. Well, what the hell else have you done? What else have you done? You obviously are not a stellar goddamn daddy because your kid is not running around on the college campus killing up people. Nah, this is the best they can do. Research when they getting out of the county jail so I can go down to the county and go kill them. That's the best. This is what our kids is doing. And so now you have zero, you had investment that was made by the silent generation for the baby boomers. Zero investment made by the baby boomers to the Gen Xers. Zero and zero investment made by the baby boomers for the Gen Xers and the millennials. So then now there's zero investment made by the Gen Xers to the millennials and the Gen Zs. So now we headed right into our third generation. We headed right into our third generation of no investment. This is what we're headed into. Oh man, it ain't up to us to make the investment. It ain't up to us to make the investment. Everybody else should make the investment. Damn, don't you even give a shit about your own kid? You should be spending thousands of dollars on your kid. All these women out here can do hot girl summer. But are you hot girl summer with your kids? When the last time you took your kids to 12 years old? You take them out to the Smithsonian out there in Washington, D.C. Maybe we'll do that too. We'll do hot places, great places for kids to go, for you to take your kids. Dads, when the last time you took your kids hiking? When the last time you took them out to a forest preserve or something like that to teach them some survival things out in the forest preserve? I'm just wondering. Because see, what this seems like here to me, and I could be wrong. I could be wrong. But what this looks like to me is no time being spent, no investment being made. Now, if you had made the investment in your child's education, you took interest in your child's life, you taught him how to do certain things, survival things, and to give him better opportunity from when he out here in the world, then he still is a knucklehead, then that's up to your child. That's just the ongoing relationship because it's kids that's out here like that. But it's highly unlikely that those kids is the ones that's out here doing all the murdering. And I would really like to see the numbers on that. I know. This is supposed to be the channel where guys is talking about being playboys. Well, if you're going to be a player and you got kids, you got to take some time to spend them with the kids because this is what we're going to get. You sit back and you hear these church folks, oh, it's a generational curse. It's a generational curse. No, it's not. This ain't no curse. You know what to do. Take some time. Get the kid a bicycle. Teach the kid how to ride the bike. Spend some time with the kid. Talk to him. Impart some wisdom. Give him some gems. Is that too much? How about being there for the kid, not letting the kid down? Come on, y'all. Come on. Black man, you're afraid of your kids. Apparently so. Look at this. A 9-year-old kid, I think it was a 9-year-old kid or something like that was in Chicago a few months back. Lady pulls out of her garage, and it's a 9-year-old kid standing there with a Glock or something like that. Carjacked the lady. A 9-year-old boy. A 9-year-old boy. What is it? You too afraid of your god doggone son? At 9 years old. I was trying to find it here for y'all so I can pull it up. I'm gonna find that one. See, a lot of you guys are just, I don't know, man, pussyfied. These kids is out here wreaking havoc in these communities, and you just like, shit, I just hope one of them don't run up on me. I just don't want one of them to run up on me. You're like, well, what can we do about the problem? What can we do about the problem? How about them 5 damn kids that you had? How about taking some time and spending time with them? But nah, you don't want to do that. You don't want to do that. And you can take countless of hours and you can spend it all night at the strip club. Hell, a lot of you Negroes travel from one state to the next. Hanging out with your friends. Hanging out with your family members. Going out to the strip clubs. Where's your boys at? Oh, they at home. They at home with their mama. You thinking that you got a good kid at home. Until your kid goes out there and go do something stupid, or him and his friends go do something stupid. Look, I'm not necessarily saying that kids don't do stupid things. I'm not saying that. I am not saying that at all. There is some very basic things that guys can do, that men can do. Very basic. That can alter your kid's life. Very basic things. Now, I'm not going to lecture. I'm not going to lecture for 2 hours. I'm not going to lecture for 3 hours. There's no possible way that you should be having boys who's in their 20s. They ain't even started their life yet. Getting gunned down in the street. As if these is the days of fucking Al Capone or something stupid. You got all of these little factions. How about going to go grab your little dude and tell him, listen, man, off the streets, or it's going to be me and you. How about that? How about a more direct approach? I know it's tough. How about get in the weight room? Get your stuff built back up. Get them hands back right. And you go on a mission to go get your boy. How about that? I mean, I don't know. You tell me. You tell me how we can go back out here and go get these boys up off these streets. Because these are boys. They're not men. They're young men. They're young. 17, 18 years old, 16. I know a lot of y'all say, listen, at 16, ain't nothing else you can do with them. No, at 16, ain't nothing another man can do or they mamas can do. See that? At 16, there's nothing that they mothers can do. There's nothing else nobody else can do. The only person who can get your kid to turn around is you. The kid can't get itself to turn around. You're the only person on the planet, daddy. See, because then there'll be a small percentage, a small minority percentage who don't have their daddies. It's a small percentage. But you guys don't want to go get your kids because you're afraid. Are you afraid of your children? Are you afraid? Are you really afraid of your kids? Or are you afraid of what you can become once you really start dealing with your kids? How about you start becoming an adult? How about you start becoming a man? How about that? I know. I know that we like to put a lot of things off on the females. But this is on us. The investment in our kids is on us. So until I come up with a list of places where you guys can actually donate who deal with kids, who are able to deal with these boys out here because they work with them all the time. I'm going to work on putting that up at the start of the show. But here's what I want to do. I want to tell you, and for all practical purposes, you are the only one who can take care of your child. You, the man. You're the man. I'm the man. You're the man. And in order for us to be men, we have to get out here. Look, just be honest. I don't know all of y'all. But just be honest. Just be freaking honest. And say, yeah, my son is one of them. My son is a thug, man. My son is one of these little dudes that be out here, be with his friends, and they be out here making these videos, you know, and they be posting shit. Now, I don't know what to do. Me, I don't know what to do. But I tell you this, my son know better. See, my son know he don't have to worry about dealing with the world. He got to worry about dealing with me. My son ain't got to worry about another gang member out there. He got to worry about me. Me. Because ain't no place on this planet he's safe at. He'll be there momentarily. And he may think for all intent and purposes, yes, I got a break. But I'm on his ass. I will not have my child out here killing somebody else's kid. Robbing. That's my responsibility. So, are you guys out here saying, that you don't quite care? You don't care. You don't care if your son, what your son do. Is that it? You don't care. You don't care if he's out here robbing and murdering, doing whatever. Yeah, man, that little nigga, he grown, man, he grown. Well, I need you to come get your grown ass child and come raise him some more. Look. On that note, I'm out of here. I think we all get it. I hope y'all come get your kids. I hope you stop being afraid. On that note, I'm out of here. Over and out.